Hello. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, if you are new here, my name is Corey. I'm a graphic designer, art director. We talk about creativity and the creative lifestyle, all that stuff over here. If I'm being honest, I will never have a complete solid intro down. It is what it is. But if this video was suggested to you, here's a playlist of some other videos you might like that'll make you stay. A common question that I get, or a common type of question that I get, is how do I decide my content strategy as a graphic designer? How do I choose what to post? How do I choose where to post it? How do I choose the type of content that I'm posting, the content topics, how I attract clients using social media, all that stuff. I promise you it is very simple. It could just be simple to me. I'm pretty sure this is a very simple idea, and once you hear me say it, maybe it'll click and you'll be like, oh my God, duh. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just speaking. But I think this will make sense to you. So today I am going to tell you how I determine my content strategy as a graphic designer. Now, if you're not a graphic designer, before you go, hold on, give me a chance. This is advice that I give all the time, and it applies across industries. So I'm sure this could work for you as well. So if this is not the right way to go about it, I'm sorry, I'm just a girl. When I first started actively posting on social media, I was going through some phases, right? So at first, I only posted pictures of myself and me partying, of course. Of course, who didn't start off like that? Then I went into a phase where I only posted my work. It was just you barely saw me. You only saw my designs, this branding project, whatever. That's all you saw. Illustrations, especially, because I felt like that was a little more fun to post on social media. But either way, it was strictly work. Then over time, I was like, I need more of a balance because I'm getting bored here. And I feel like the people who are watching are also getting bored. Time goes on, I start taking content creation a little more seriously. And at this point, I am now just trying things. I'm being creative with the type of content and what I'm posting, but it's definitely more of a throw pasta at the wall kind of vibe, right? I'm just seeing what works, paying attention to who likes what. But then the more I did that, when I would try to analyze the content and how people received it, I couldn't find a trend. I couldn't find one. One thing would do great, and then the next thing that was just like the first thing wouldn't do so great. I just couldn't figure out what the trend was or what I was supposed to be doing. What changed for me is when I identified my purpose as wanting to build a community. I was online to build community, and the realization that you choose the community. You choose who's in it. The same way a brand determines who their target audience is, you're the brand, you have a target audience. You decide who you're going to talk to. You kind of have an idea of their age, what they're into, what they do for fun, all that stuff. I talk about this all the time. If you know, you know. So the very first step for you would be to identify who all is in your community or your ideal community or your future community. You get the point. I'll use myself as an example. I got 3 people over here, okay? We got Blue, we got Ivy, and we got Carter. These are 3 personas that I've identified to represent the types of people that would be in my community. So let's start with Blue, right? Me, as a freelance graphic designer, Blue is my potential client. Blue is someone that I recognize as my age or older who is likely a business owner but may also be some kind of stakeholder in the business that they work for. They value working in a relaxed environment with someone who may remind them of themselves or someone that they know. They have a sense of humor. They're tapped into what's cool and what's hip and all that stuff. They're likely actively trying to work with Black women, and they know the importance of good visual communication. Oftentimes, I also recognize Blue as a person of color. That is how Blue shows up for me. Then we have Ivy. Ivy is an aspiring designer or aspiring creative or an aspiring freelancer of some sort. These are, again, my millennials, but also Gen Z who are looking to step into a lifestyle that offers them more flexibility in their dream career, something they're really passionate about, likely in a creative field. And they are looking to other people to kind of give them an idea of what that lifestyle looks like and the steps they took to get there and all of that stuff. My third person, Carter, is another designer or someone who is in an adjacent field or another freelancer, also known as my peer. Carter is in the same age group, millennial, Gen Z. They are actively doing work in their fields, whether that is a graphic designer yesterday and a photographer tomorrow. They are actively doing that work. Carter is looking to expand their professional network, have some virtual besties, people they can talk to about the types of things that they do. Also people who may be beneficial for them, maybe a plug into some job, into some project, things like that. And then they also have a desire to learn from their peers. So how to make their business more efficient, who's doing what for bookkeeping, how are people doing their taxes. You're learning from each other. That's what peers do. These 3 right here, this is my crew. These are my people. This is my squad. And now that the gang's all here, I got to sit down and really, really get to know them. At this point in time, as it relates to social media, because again, your crew can apply to many things in your life outside of social media. But for social media in particular, if I were to start a club and I looked around and these 3 people join my club, and this is my entire club, me and my squad, I need to think about what else would be in the room with us or what would be on our agenda at every meeting so that everyone here is entertained, everyone here finds value and wants to stay in this club. Because I have 3 different people, likely with 3 different interests, who met me for 3 different reasons, who want to know more about me for 3 different reasons, and who have 3 different purposes, I'm looking at making 3 lists, one for each person, of all the things that that person might get into. And that could look like a variety of different things depending on what your purpose is for being online. So again, using myself as an example, I know that Blue is someone who is interested in seeing both my work and maybe my thought process and maybe a tiny bit about me personally, but they definitely hold a lot of value in seeing my work and my thought process, my creative process, and so on, because they would likely want to work with me in that capacity. Because we're already here on YouTube, I'll use my YouTube content as a direct example, but just know all of this applies across all my platforms, and you'll see it if you visit any of them. The links to all are in the description. Please follow me on your way out. On this channel, all of my Design With Me content would be for Blue primarily. The Design With Me content does do a great job of attracting all 3 of my people, but because of that, wanting to see my process and wanting to see the work, that playlist usually will and usually does attract potential clients. If I were to make a video titled 3 things to do before you hire a logo designer, that would be for Blue. That would not be for Ivy, would not be for Carter, because they already, they know. Blue is the business owner and would like to hire a designer. So they're probably going to be more interested in that type of content. And if I also use that video to kind of show some of my work and express my expertise, Blue, as a potential client, might want to work with me. Get it? Ivy is all about the aspirational. And so they are the ones who get the lifestyle content. They're the ones who are going to watch your vlogs. They're going to want to know your career story, how you went from 0 to 100. They're going to want to know all of that type of stuff. A lot of you here are my Ivy. Shout out to Ivy. Carter is going to want all the content that pulls the curtain back on my business. So they want to know my process. They want to know how I get clients to sign bigger invoices. They want to know what tools I use. They want to know all the things that I'm doing behind the scenes that they may want to implement in their process because they are actively doing similar work. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down right now. It's very simple. Over time, you'll start to think of your content ideas, or you'll do something like I do, and you'll dedicate time to sit down and write out every single piece of content, type of content idea, half-baked idea that you can possibly think of. And whatever way the idea comes to you, you'll be able to apply it to who in your crew it would resonate with the most. There will be times, of course, where all 3 of your ideas may resonate with everybody in your crew, or on the flip end, there may be times where you can't quite figure out which one of your people is going like this. If it's the latter, I highly, highly encourage you to treat that as a half-baked idea and refine it in a way that it does definitely resonate with someone. So for example, if I came up with the idea to review these sodas I just got from Target the other day. I'm always in Target. I'm always buying random stuff. I want to review it because I feel like that'd be something fun for me to do. I know that I make primarily design, creative content, things like that. I might throw in some aspect of that piece of content that directly relates to something that Carter would like. I may review the sodas and then design a quick poster that reflects how I feel about the soda. Something like that. Might not be the best idea right now, or it could be genius, but you get the point. There's also the chance that you may go ahead and post the content anyway if you don't think it resonates with anyone in your crew as it stands. That's also fine, depending on your purpose. Again, for me personally, it wouldn't work. I think there's like 2 directions that those types of content can travel in. So if I came up with an idea and I can't figure out if Blue, Ivy, or Carter were to see it and think like, yeah, this is for me, I needed to see this today, that content could either flop, which usually it would, or it could gain some sort of like algorithm magic, some random virality that causes me to reach a whole new random audience, which may seem good because the numbers will go up, you will get more attention. But then you'll now have to add this person into your crew, and you'll have to then make content similar to whatever random thing you did to appease that crew. It all depends on what it is that may confuse your original crew, or if you choose to stick to appeasing the original crew and not so much adding on this new content strategy or whatever for the new people, then they may be like, why am I here again? You know? So again, all up to you, personal decisions. But I think based on what I'm saying here, the point is that every single idea you have, you want to ask yourself, who am I talking to? And am I making this as clear as possible? Am I making sure this is something that this person is going to appreciate? I'll literally sit down sometimes and be like, I don't know why I posted this, because it definitely ain't for Blue. Carter don't give a damn, and Ivy seems to not care either. So let's not do that again. I apply the same logic of really knowing the 3 people in my crew when it comes to what app to post what on, when to post it, which pieces of content are getting utilized on multiple platforms. Like, it really just depends on how I perceive my 3 people. I know these people like the back of my hand. I know their pain points. I know what they're into right now. I know what they might be into tomorrow. I know them. Ultimately, when you get your crew and you focus on your crew, the strategy of what to post and what to share and how to incorporate your personal life into your content and how to do more lifestyle when you're focused on this one niche, or how to bring in a new niche into what you're already doing. All of that will make sense once you have those 3 people and figure out the common ground and how to make your club fun no matter what, and valuable. That literally is the very simple way that I come up with my content strategy. I don't stray away too much. I still throw in a little bit of experimenting here and there. I still don't follow my own advice sometimes. But that's it. That's really all I do. I'm curious to know. Let me know down below. One, if you identify as a Blue, an Ivy, or a Carter. I anticipate seeing a lot of Ivies and Carters here. My Blues, stay on Instagram. And if you've made it to the end of this video, first, thank you so much. But also go ahead and leave any form of iPhone emoji down below. You know the drill. If you're new here, you'll learn the drill. And also make sure you subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye.